Thank you. Governor Cuomo is making wave with some recent time upstate. He announced a major tech initiative this week in Utica, and he says he's poised to bridge that long-standing regional divide between upstate and downstate that you hear us talking about all the time. Joining us now, our political analyst, New York Post political columnist Fred Dicker. Fred, what can be done about that divide, and is the governor serious about this?
Well, I think he's serious, Cody, but I think he's also responsible for a lot of it, or at least the recent divide that's out there. There's no question about it. Keep in mind that the governor's at his lowest ratings ever in the public opinion polls because of upstate opposition to him. It's not New York City voters that are giving him very negative ratings. It's upstate voters. He's trying to counter that, and by saying he's going to do something about it, he hopes to drive those negative numbers down. Bottom line, though, is whether it's fracking in the southern tier, the SAFE Act restricting gun ownership, the loss of massive population that continues upstate, record high taxes. Earlier this week, we saw figures showing that upstate manufacturing declined at the worst rate in the nation. So there are very real problems there. A few months ago, we even saw the beginnings of a secessionist movement here that got national attention. In the southern tier is where there was talk of secession. So the governor, I think, is talking about a problem that he's contributed a lot to, and now he's trying to undo it if he can.
Well, I remember just last year he kind of lost the hearts of Capital Region voters in the primary. Is the influence of upstate voters growing, or is it just too much to battle just the population downstate?
No, it's too much to battle the loss of population. For the last 20 or 30 years, Cody, upstate New York has been losing its influence in a dramatic way. Most people don't realize it, but the number of assemblymen and senators from upstate is declining. The population is shifting downstate because we've lost so many people upstate. So I think it's lip service. It remains to be seen if the governor can really do something about it, or if he's even serious about doing something about it. Think of his massive push to raise the minimum wage as much as 70%. That's a killer for many upstate businesses. Or his Startup New York program. That benefits certain new companies starting up in upstate New York, but the existing companies that are struggling to survive get no benefit. So if you speak to business people, just almost anybody now living throughout upstate New York, they have a grievance, and the governor hasn't done very much about them, maybe contributed to them.
All right, well, we're going to leave it at that today. Fred, have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Reminder, you can hear Fred's radio program live from the state capitol every weekday morning from 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.